First at 6, breaking news this morning in downtown Hartford, where a car has crashed into City Steam Brewery. That's on Main Street. No injuries have been reported so far. We do have a crew heading to the scene. We'll go there in a few minutes from now.
Well, good morning to you. Thanks for starting off your Wednesday here with us on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus, America Areas.
And I'm Bridget Purla. We're halfway through the work week. The temperature is feeling good out there. No rain to report. So things are definitely improving, Rachel.
Oh, yeah. We are drying out today. That's certainly some good news. And we'll have some increasing sunshine later on this morning and into the afternoon. So we like that, too. So it's still going to be breezy, though. So, of course, I need to alert you to that. If you brought in any decorations and things like that, or at least secured them, you need to keep them inside or at least secure them for the next couple of days. It's still going to remain on the breezy side, again, with increasing sunshine today. Our wind speeds anywhere from 3 to about 9 miles per hour. We are going to see those reported gusts, though, later on this morning and into the early afternoon, up towards about 20 to 25. So can't rule that out throughout. 51 to about 58 degrees. That's currently where we're sitting this morning. 54 in Chester, near 50 in Willimantic. So it is a comfortable start to our morning, and we're just checking in with some visibility issues. It's not a widespread issue. If you were joining me at 5 o'clock this morning, some of us were down to about a half a mile. Now we have improvements on the way. Over in Willimantic, you're up to about 2 miles per hour. We have cloudy skies right now. Moving forward, we are going to see increasing sun, and you don't need the umbrella today. It is going to be a dry day. So cloudy now, 51 degrees, into the 60s this afternoon. Around 62 degrees will be our high temperature for some of us, lower 60s for others. Around 67 degrees in Brantford today, 66 in Guilford, around 64 degrees in Mystic, 62 in Killingly. Again, sun returns and it's just breezy. Heading through the day tomorrow. First thing tomorrow morning, there may be some patchy frost as our high temperatures, or rather our low temperatures, will be down into the upper 30s and lower 40s across the state. Heading through the day tomorrow, back up to around 57 degrees, still breezy as we head into our Friday. Much nicer conditions start to build in, and also into this upcoming weekend. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. Here checking in with the roads at 6:02. We are following a couple of things on the roadway, so of course want to alert you to the first one here over in Burlington this morning. Route 4, a portion of it is closed. We were live on the scene because of this crash here, and reported no injuries or rather minor injuries reported with this, as well as the road being closed for quite some time as crews work to clear that. So Route 4 Spellman Highway is closed between Mountain Spring Road and Vineyard Road. Because of it, you will need to seek an alternative route. There are detours in place. Middletown this morning, 91. Both directions looks okay. Your volume here over in Southington looks fine. Groton and New Haven just out by Long Wharf, volume remains light. Over to you.
Well, we're getting back to that breaking news coming out of Hartford. A car crashed into City Steam Brewery Cafe on Main Street. Hartford police say the truck that ran into the building was silver. You can see the back of it just a little bit where those officials are checking things out. As of right now, this is all the information that we've been given, but we do have a crew heading to the scene and we're working to get more information. But again, this is City Steam Brewery right on Main Street. It shut down about a year ago. But just as far as a landmark, to give you a better idea on where on Main Street this is happening, we'll get you an update as soon as we can.
And 6:03 now, we are learning more in the ongoing investigation into the death of 11-year-old Jacqueline Torres Garcia.
The primary suspects are Jacqueline's mother, her aunt, and her mother's boyfriend. The trio faced a judge yesterday.
And Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is joining us live from where young Jacqueline's body was discovered a week ago. And Glenn, it was not an easy day in the courtroom yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely, Bridget, Erica, good morning. Tempers were definitely flaring during that courtroom hearing yesterday in Torrington. The mother, Carla Garcia, and her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, facing murder charges in connection with young Jacqueline's death. Meanwhile, the aunt faces a slew of child cruelty charges. Now, over 20 of Jacqueline's family members packed the courtroom yesterday for the arraignment of the trio. Now, tempers flared as the family berated the mother, the aunt, and the mother's boyfriend, calling them all sorts of names and demanding answers for Jacqueline Torres' death. Carla Garcia crying as the details of her daughter's death were read before the courtroom to hear her boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita, battered and bruised in the courtroom Tuesday after being caught by Waterbury police in a car chase turned foot chase after he crashed and ended up in a struggle with officers attempting to arrest him. Now, at one point, Carla Garcia was caught turning away away from the cameras inside the courtroom when she realized all eyes are on her in the fight for justice for Jacqueline. The mother and her boyfriend are charged with the murder of Jacqueline Torres. Both were charged with first-degree unlawful restraint, risk of injury to a child, tampering with evidence, physical evidence, conspiracy to commit murder with special circumstances, intentional cruelty to a child, and improper disposal of a dead body. The aunt, Jacqueline Garcia, holds the lighter but still horrifying end of the charges with child cruelty, first-degree unlawful restraint, and risk of injury to a child. This isn't Jacqueline's first run-in with the law on these types of charges. Jacqueline Garcia previously pleaded guilty for risk of injury to a 6-month-old baby. She was on parole when she got arrested for young Jacqueline's death. Police say after an initial investigation that Jacqueline had been dead since the fall of 2024 before she was found at that abandoned Clark Street home in New Britain last week. And they say that her past, she was malnourished and abused. Her body was kept in a plastic container for a year before ending up being dumped out here. Now, police believe the body was hidden in the family's basement in Farmington, but ultimately relocated after the family moved to New Britain. The mother and the boyfriend are being held on $5 million bond. The aunt, Jacqueline, being held on $1 million bond. There's still so many questions surrounding young Jacqueline's death, including how did it take so long for anyone to report young Jacqueline missing for over a year. Now, behind me here in that Clark Street home where her body was dumped, a memorial continues to grow. Candles are lit as of this morning, and we're going to continue to bring you the latest updates from here as we learn more. But for right now, live in New Britain, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.
All right, Glenn, thank you so much.
A woman who says that she was one of the anonymous tipsters who found the body of 11-year-old Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia has come forward.
Yeah, she spoke at the girls' memorial and she claimed she found the child's remains in a storage bin that she was hoping was full of clothes. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has her story on the moments leading up to that very traumatic discovery.
Behind me is the abandoned home where police found the body of Jacqueline Mimi Torres Garcia. But a woman we spoke with who goes by Love says she and her friend are the ones who reported the crime to New Britain police. Since her memorial was created, dozens of people have come to pay their respects to Mimi. One of them was Love, who says she was the anonymous tipster who helped New Britain police find the 11-year-old's body.
I wanted to believe it was a clothes bin of clothes. I really didn't want to believe it was a body. Your heart races. Your heart races.
Love says her friend knew the 11-year-old's mother's boyfriend, Jonathan Nanita. She says he started to leave breadcrumbs in their conversations about killing someone and where the body was.
He kind of just told the wrong person where she was, and we came and investigated it, and it was a body. Jonathan kind of told on himself, really.
Love says Nanita told her friend the person who was killed was a, quote, bad man and that they, quote, deserved it. She says they launched a self-investigation to find the body, but were shocked when it turned out to be Mimi's.
I was disgusted, but I had a feeling anyways it was a human because she did tell me that he said it was a bad man. So I was disgusted. I was devastated when I found out it was a little girl.
She says their discovery led New Britain police to this house on Clark Street where they recovered the storage bin, and the autopsy confirmed the body's identity to belong to Mimi. Since the discovery, police have arrested Anita, the girl's mother Carla Garcia, and her aunt Jacqueline Garcia. After learning about the prolonged abuse police say Mimi endured, Love wishes someone could have saved her, but says she's glad they found her when they did.
She deserves her peace. And I'm happy I could do that for her family.
New Britain police and DCF say they made contact with other children who belong to the family, but those children are safe. In New Britain, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
Jamel, thanks. Well, 6:09 right now, and officers in Hartford say a 17-year-old boy was shot on Ward Street. It happened right before 8:30 last night. Police say he showed up at Connecticut Children's with a gunshot wound. He is expected to be okay. An 18-year-old woman was taken to Hartford Hospital with an injury that was not from gunfire. Police say the victims had left the area where the incident happened before police got there. No word yet on if police have any suspects or if they've made any arrests in this case.
6:09 now, and happening today, New Haven police are expected to release new details in the deadly shooting of 15-year-old Caden Phillips. The press conference is scheduled for 1 this afternoon. A 13-year-old has already been arrested in connection to the case. Phillips was a student and athlete at Career High School. He was killed late last month, and police say video evidence and community tips led to the arrest, but the investigation is still ongoing. An off-duty firefighter stepped into action after a head-on crash in Cheshire. It happened on Route 70 on Monday. The firefighter tells FOX61 he was the first on scene, along with 2 nurses and a bystander who also saw the crash. Together, they helped pull a woman out.
I evaluated her and stayed with her until the Cheshire Police, Trinity EMS, and Cheshire Fire got there very quickly. When I'm at work or expecting to respond to a call, you get information from the dispatchers and you have a few minutes to mentally prepare and set up a strategy. But this happened right in front of me.
As more leaves fall onto roads, officials want drivers to be aware that leaves and rains can lead to slick conditions. One of the best things you can do to stay safe is watch your speed and ditch any distractions. And happening today in Waterbury, state leaders are expected to announce the start of construction on a project to redevelop Union Station. A lot of people have been waiting for this for some time. It's a $20 million effort that will include a new platform, upgraded ADA accessible areas, a new ticket kiosk, and a high-tech security system. The governor's office says it's part of a massive plan to upgrade all 6 stations on the Waterbury branch line. Today's announcement is happening at 11 this morning on Meadow Street.